A TikToker just proved what a lot of us already knew. Some churches talk about love, but don't show it. Her name is Nikali, and she's gone viral for calling 26 Christian churches pretending to be a desperate mom out of baby formula. She even plays a sound of a baby crying in the background, begging for help. You'd think a church would step up, right? Out of 26 calls, 23 said no. Some gave excuses, some hung up, others said, "We don't do that here." Out of all those so-called Christian churches, only 3 offered help. But then she called a mosque. Before she could finish, the man on the line said, "Where are you? What kind of formula do you need? Come here, we'll help you." No hesitation, no judgment, just action. The internet's calling it the real test of faith. The same people many fear or misunderstand were the only ones to actually practice compassion. Meanwhile, the ones preaching love thy neighbor couldn't be bothered. Maybe Nikali didn't just expose hypocrisy. Maybe she reminded us what humanity's supposed to look like.
Okay, so for those of you that actually go to church and donate your hard-earned money, do you actually know what your money goes to when you donate to your church? Because I know some of you, can't really afford much and you give what you can, and that takes money out of your own mouths, maybe. You might give your last few dollars to church. And I honestly, my take on it, my personal beliefs, because I don't go to church, is that they're not going to want to help anybody that doesn't specifically want to go to their church or interested in going to their church or doesn't already attend their church. That's my view. That is my personal view. I want to be proven wrong. Okay, I want y'all to know that. I want to be proven wrong. I live in a Bible Belt. I live in Somerset, Kentucky. It's a very, very small town. We probably have 100 churches here. I never see churches come out to help anybody. So I had a lot of requests wanting me to call a mega church. So I'm actually calling Lakewood International Center in Houston, Texas. And then I also had a recommendation to play a crying baby in the background. So you will be hearing that. It is not real, okay?
Thank you for calling Lakewood Church. This is Ashley. How can I help you?
Hi, yes. I was calling to see if y'all could help with formula at all. I have a 2-month-old baby and we ran out last night. So she's been going all day long without food. Is there any way y'all could help with formula?
We do have a benevolence ministry. I can take down your information and put in a request for you.
Okay. How long would that take?
We really don't have an estimated time just because we do receive a lot of requests here. Each applicant is different. It could take a couple of days. It could take a couple of weeks. We really just don't have a time frame there.
Okay, you said it would take a couple of days to weeks?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, if approved.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Right now I'm about to call Trinity Baptist Church in Gaffney, South Carolina. It says Christ Exalting Independent Baptist Church devoted to meeting the needs of the people of Gaffney and surrounding areas.
We are a small church, and as a result, we have limited funds, and so we tend to help those that are part of the church or come to the church.
This is the Islamic Center that was calling back in. So, hold on. Let's go for it. They called me back. The Islamic Center of Charlotte just called back. Let me get my baby.
Islamic Center of Charlotte, how are you?
Hi, yes. I was trying to call. I have a 2-month-old baby and I ran out of formula last night, and I was wanting to see if there's any way you all could help with a can of baby formula.
We can, ma'am. Where do you live? You live in Charlotte?
Yes, I'm like 10 minutes from you all.
Okay, and what kind of formula you need?
It's the Good Start.
Good Start. Yeah, that's fine, ma'am. If you come over here, we'll help you.
Okay, hold on just 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm actually doing a social experiment. So I don't have a baby and I don't have a need, but I am doing a social experiment just to see which churches would actually help a starving baby. And unfortunately, there's so many that say no, and you immediately was like, yes, of course. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for your heart, and also to see if it was okay if I posted this on TikTok and maybe put your information on there for your church where people can send donations. Maybe if they...
Yeah, no problem, man. We do what we can. We appreciate your kind words. Thank you.
No, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Bye.
Thanks. You too. Bye. Oh, he instantly, he didn't, like the only question that he asked was, where are you located at and what kind do you want? No other questions. These other places are, they need to pay attention. These other churches need to take notes.
2 predominantly Black or African American Baptist church and 1 mosque. Out of 25 to 30 churches are the only churches who, when she called and said, I have a starving newborn baby, can you help me with formula? Those are the only 3 out of about 30 churches that helped. And these people from the church, tax-free, mind you, commanded by their religion to help, mind you, the whole reason they're there, mind you, have pretty much all said no. Except for 2 Baptist church and 1 mosque. So if you look like me and every week you are giving your money to a church, they need to be audited by their congregation immediately. Ask them where the money's going or stop giving it to them. Immediately we will be donating to the mosque.
And it is actually mind-boggling to me how many of these churches say no. So then I was like, you know what? Let me acknowledge my ignorance. What does a small baby formula cost? So I looked it up and it's roughly between $5 to $20. And to think that these churches who get incredible amounts of tax exemptions and all types of shit would say no to such thing is kind of unfathomable to me. And it's people on the phone, pastors on the phone, dead telling this lady no.
When I say to you that I believe that Christians are not inherently good people, I say that with my whole chest. She is calling around all of these super Christian Southern megachurches. Most of these megachurches said no. The pro-life crowd would not help a mother in need with a can of baby formula. You know who did help? An Islamic mosque, a Buddhist temple, some Black churches in the South. This is why people don't want religion involved in their governance or politics, because they're hypocrites and liars. But the people that you talk down about, that guy was ready to jump in the car and bring it over to her. He asked her what brand of formula she needed. He was going to go out and buy it and have it waiting and ready for her from the mosque. I'm not surprised by the findings. But to everybody who runs their mouth talking about bless your heart and stay blessed and quoting Bible scriptures will not help you.
Sad as it is to say, most of these churches, they're a business first before they're a church. They don't necessarily care about their community. They want to take the money that they can get, and then they don't pay taxes on that money.
And none of the Christian churches gave her formula. Not one. No one said, come here, we'll go to the store, we'll get your baby some formula for the week. Not one. Not one. Jesus would never, okay? But a Baptist church and a mosque were the ones that were going to give her the formula. And I can bet you if she would have called the Satanic Temple, they would have given her formula. The Satanic Temple? They worship the devil?
I have long said that if Christ were to return for the second coming, that these so-called Christians would crucify him immediately. Now, there was one call that she did that was not a Christian church. It was a mosque.
The moment that I knew that it was Muslims, I knew it was going to be no questions asked. I knew that he would go out after that phone call and go get it himself. I knew this. I had a friend, story time. I had a friend, his name was Kareem. And whenever I would go over to his house, hang out with him and his family. At one point he told me one of the core principles of the Muslim faith, and what that is that you treat your guests better than you treat yourself. You give them more help, more attention, better treatment than you would treat yourself. Guests deserve more. And I knew the moment I saw that there's going to be no questions asked, an immediate yes. I know.
Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "He is not a believer whose stomach is filled, while his neighbor beside him goes hungry."